Hi everybody, I'm Ed. In this video, I'm going to strap a GoPro to my face and show you how to make your own set of limb risers. Now you can buy limb riser kits online, and I've seen them go for anywhere from about $40 to $100. Most of what I've seen is somewhat universal. Anything's universal if you're a fabricator. But I thought it was a cheap, simple, and fun project that you can do yourself in an afternoon with just stuff you find at the hardware store. So stay tuned as I walk you through the process. See here, what do I got? Oh, yes. Take this off, pop that on there. Okay. Clear off my tools a little bit. I'm not gonna find anything after I did that. Awesome. So, a couple things you're gonna need for this project. I've got some 1/8 inch plastic coated wire here. You can get this at most hardware stores. You got turnbuckles here. Try and get them even on both sides. Got cable clamps. 1. Cable clamp 2. So go ahead and slip it on first. Then we're going to slip our turnbuckle through. We're going to fold the cable over. Maybe have 1 inch or 2 of a tail there. And then we're going to go ahead and just slip this right on in. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and tighten this up. Okay. Tighten it up. There we go. Nice and tight. Okay, ooh, that's nice and pinched on there. That's not going anywhere. All right, nice and strong. Cool. Okay, so we will grab our other piece here. Got our turnbuckle attached, loose cable on one side, our clamp on the other. Okay. So, now that we're up here, go ahead and clamp this on here. Still have this loose here because we're going to tighten this up with this turnbuckle later. We're going to bring this down here. Now, the placement of this is going to be a little unique because we're going to want this to be as close to the corner as possible so that we have it kind of lined up with the edge of our windshield here. You don't want to have it in the middle too much because then you can't open your hood here. I'd like to be able to open the hood and still have these attached. Now when you open the hood, it is going to kind of rub a little bit on here. Just kind of sacrificial, I guess. The plastic does a really good job actually of not damaging the paint on the corner here. So we'll go ahead and get this tightened down just like so. Slip this through where we want it. Get it behind the bumper. So you're going to need a brush guard, something that's going to loop, or some way to attach it to the front corner of your vehicle. I love that the new Broncos come with limb riser mounts on the hood. I'm so excited to see those. So we're going to go ahead and loop this. We're going to get this down. I want it to be fairly tight, just hand tight there, as I'm tapping away at my paint. But luckily this rig gets used pretty well. You're going to want to pop open your hood. Good. And make sure that you've got it wide enough out that you're going to be able to go ahead and still be able to do it. Now at this point, I like to finish the installation. Ooh, I'm not tall enough. Oh, there we go. Okay. So at this point, I like to finish the installation with the hood up. That way I can kind of get it exactly where I want it and tighten it down without it being too tight that I can't get the hood open. Okay, I'll go ahead and finish tightening this up. There we go. All right, that's all tight. Now I've made this mistake before. When you tighten down turnbuckles, you don't want to twist the cable at all. You want the cable to stay in the same position, because if you twist the cable, you're going to put sort of a torsiony tension on this cable, and what's going to happen is as it's vibrating down the road, it's going to start to loosen this turnbuckle up. So rather, we've got our screwdriver here, and instead we are just going to use this to tighten up our turnbuckle, keeping the cable in the same place. That way it's not going to loosen up on us. There we go. can see I've definitely got some tension here against the hood. Okay, we'll see if we can open and close this hood all right. Okay, ooh, nice. I think I like the way that opens and closes there. I can still open my hood up, pushes this out of the way a little bit so I don't have too much tension on it, but it still has enough tension that it's gonna stay there. Now I'm probably gonna have to adjust this. We'll go down the road, see how it vibrates in the wind. So last step, you're gonna wanna go ahead and cut the tail off. I like to use this part here that has a little notch because that'll let me have just enough space that I don't get too close to it, that I can still kind of pull on it. You wanna have a little bit of a tail. You don't wanna cut this completely flush because then if you ever need to take this on and off, you're gonna have a really hard time getting this back on there. So cut ourselves a little bit of a tail. There we go. And we're good to go. So I'll take our old cable, toss that for another project. Pew! Okay, I don't know what I just hit. That's fine. Okay, bike's fine.
As I learned earlier, you don't actually have to take the whole thing apart, just right on there. Learning as I go too. Okay, so that looked
So, to start up at the top here. Isn't it nice having a roof rack to work on? I've also got sliders here to stand on, which is awesome. Ignore the mess in the passenger seat. Still haven't cleaned up from my last adventure. One of the pros and cons, I guess, of having a dedicated camping rig is that you don't have to clean it up the second you come home. So we'll go ahead and I'm gonna try and get it about the same angle as I've got it over here. Let's try and find like a reference point here. So if you can see kind of the curve and where this kind of meets up, it's almost like where this curve and this curve kind of meets up at this point here. So that's where I'm going to try and get it lined up on this side. I got this curve here going down, so we'll go ahead and line it up right there. Oh, I don't have as much clearance over here as I thought I did. So go over and then under. You see the clearance is a little bit different. So if I went under, I'm too close and I'm touching the body. Let's push this in. Push up where I need to be. We'll go over and under here. And then I think I'm going to change that side to match. See, we learn as we go. That's what I'm all about. Got this lined up pretty well. Pull this top, pull it down. I like to have these facing down, but that makes it really difficult to actually install them. I'll tighten these up a little bit. I won't tighten them up all the way so I can still check the clearance of the hood, make sure I can still open that up. Now, open up the hood. I'll go ahead and I think I'm going to tighten these down at the hood up again. And then I'll go over to the other side, flip that around, and you'll see why I left myself a tail. There we go. I like hitting my brush guard with my wrench much better than I like hitting my body with my wrench. Don't hit my body. Just torque down. There we go. Give it a little. And look at that. I've still got enough slack that I can easily push this through. Do what I need. So we'll go ahead and grab my cable and kind of pull it through. Okay. Go ahead and tighten that up there. Get this kind of where I want it lined up, about the same. Remember to keep this cable where you want it. And tighten this up. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'll tighten that up a little bit more.
I'll tighten up the match here. There. Okay. Again, remembering to hold your cable while you do this. Go a little bit tighter. You don't want to put too much tension on these. You don't want it to actually be pulling on your roof rack. Just enough to kind of keep it a little tight there. Like I said, it shouldn't be vibrating too much going down the road. And you should be able to still open up your hood. Get this side a little tighter.
There we go. Okay, so let's see if we can still open up the hood. Okay, so you'll see how much tension. Perfect. All right, I can still open up the hood. Doesn't rub on it too much. You can see it's kind of rubbing the paint away a little bit. Might put some protection on there, a little piece of tape or something. We're gonna go ahead and trim the tail off of this. There we go. And there we have it. Limb risers installed. Let's see if we can find some overgrown trails to shove the 4Runner through. See how these work.